I was asked the other day, hey Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty. But Sarge, why you always gotta talk about motorcycling? Sarge, why you don't never talk about nothing else? Look here, man. If you gonna do all that crying, what the baby gonna do?
Hey man, what's happening? It's your boy Sarge on the Iron League Podcast Show. Hey man, we got a Saturday edition for you today. I'm gonna be talking, man. Sarge gonna be talking about some serious stuff. I know, cause he got Nurse Tiffany on. He gonna be talking about some stuff to make sure we be safe. So, yeah, we are, man. Y'all get ready. Y'all know what it is. May is Motorcycle Safety Month, and I'm gonna be on today. And we're going to be talking biker safety first aid kits with Nurse Tiffany, man. So let everybody know we're on. We're going in. Hey, welcome aboard, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's having a great Saturday afternoon. I know we are. Man, I had to go do some yard work today. God dang it, man. When I get rich one day, I'm going to hire a landscaper. But in the meantime, and in between time, I'm going to keep doing what I got to do. But hey, man, the reason why we got you guys here today, it's May, man. It's Motorcycle Safety Month, man. We have to talk about this stuff before we talk about riding, you dig? Because we live to ride. So, but with that being said, we have to be safe at all times. So with that being said, I got your favorite nurse on with us today, Tiffany Nichols, a.k.a. Icy. Family, how are you this afternoon?
I'm doing good. Hope you are.
Hey, look like you on a business trip. Are you on a business trip? You look like you on a business trip.
It's a business trip now.
Okay. Well, you know what? She's stopping her busy schedule to spend some time with us today to talk about things that she holds near and dear to her heart, and that's making sure we stay safe as not only a motorcycle community, but a community at large. So we're proud to have you today. We're happy. This is so important. We're going to be covering some things today, and if you guys don't mind, take a look in the description, man. We put some links out. We put some different information out. We put all kind of stuff for you guys to go and take a look at it as far as making yourself safe before going or getting on your motorcycle for a trip. So with that being said, if you don't mind, Icy, can you introduce yourself to everybody and tell us a little bit about you?
Oh, goodness. I am Icy. Biker nurse Icy, Nurse Nichols, Tiffany, all of those things. Wear many hats. First and foremost, the mother, nurse of into my 28th year.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. New career as a realtor. Daughter. So just all of that. Biker of over 20 years.
Wow, impressive. Hey, let's say this: not only is Icy a bad motorcycle rider, she's around to pat your dusty behind up. They'll clean you up and fix you up when you done made a mistake. Am I correct?
Correct.
Hey man, hey, you winning, man. If you got a nurse riding with you on a long haul, is that fair?
That's fair.
That's fair. So, Icy, let's go ahead and set the stage. May is Motorcycle Safety Month.
Correct.
In your opinion, what does that mean? Okay, we say Motorcycle Safety Month. We know as far as the machine is concerned. Let's talk about as far as us. What should we start looking at when it comes to being safe?
Yeah. So let me add to that first. This week is actually Nurses Week as well. So I want to definitely commemorate that because I think While we have been shown much appreciation, I think it's time for us to also give that appreciation back, to the people that we are allowed to care for. So,
Well, let's do this then. Let's do this real quick. That's shout out to all our nurses and healthcare professionals, man. We need you
Yes.
guys. We love you guys, and we wouldn't be nowhere if you guys was not around.
yeah. So I want to say Happy Nurses Week to all the nurses out there. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Mother's Day is tomorrow. So all of that. So, May is a very symbolic month for me. But more importantly, like you said, when we think about motorcycle safety, we automatically allude to the machines, our tires, wear and tear, service, maintenance, those kinds of things. And to me, your body, yourself, your entire being, your mind, body, soul, all of that, to me, that goes synonymous. To me, there's no way to separate the two.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's our first mistake is we are so consumed with the ride, getting there, meeting up with our peeps and riding and having fun. We get so consumed with that we forget to take care of our own well-being. And a lot of times the things that we don't pay attention to, sometimes they come out while we're out on the road, but oftentimes, myself included, it's things that we have neglected. The simplest example is, everybody knows how we are the night before a big ride. How much sleep do we actually get? That's probably the simplest, most common thing is we don't sleep, we don't rest, we don't prepare our bodies for, the things that we're about to undertake. So
that's a big one. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. So being well is huge. And another thing, I don't know about you all without telling anybody's age, but we're not the same age as we were 20 years ago. So whereas we may have been able to get away with some of these things 20 years ago, we can't do it now. Because we're older. Our bodies
tell me about it. Yeah.
We've had injuries. We work. So we have a lot of things that are very taxing on our bodies that, so that's why it's so important for me. Mm-hmm. And again, unfortunately, I've been in some situations where I had to use my nursing skills. And again, a lot of it is things that we have neglected. And I used to try to keep nursing and biking separate,
mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna say at least a couple of years. It just seems like situation after situation, they're becoming more and more common. Yeah. I think just probably in the past week, we've heard about how many riders going down, from loss of life to right. Minimal injury. So
mm-hmm.
It's going to happen. And I think the more we neglect it, the more it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So my goal is to try to help you to minimize or prevent some of it.
Let me ask you this. Since we do specialize here on the Earn Elite Podcast Show, the IT to the end, the Coast to Coast Ride, the social experiment. Now, lately it's been ramping up because we're in quote unquote riding season. There ain't no real riding season, but let's be honest. The weather's starting to clear up a little bit better for most riders to feel comfortable riding across the country. So, in your opinion, I'm gonna throw some things around. Okay, May is Motorcycle Safety Month, so we're gonna say motorcycle safety as well as health. Is that okay to combine those together?
Correct.
Okay,
correct.
So
because actually May is Mental Health Awareness Month as well.
And that's a big one. That's a big one. Shout out
That's
to Fresca Bar and that great book that he has that speaks about PTSD. But
absolutely.
So for Sarge, if I'm getting ready to, and I'm in the 50 plus gang. I'm not in the 20 plus. I'm almost in the 60 gang, right around the corner. So for a person like Sarge, who wants to be safe, who wants to be smart, who wants to be responsible, and I know I want to ride across the country this summer, what do you think is the best way for Sarge to start getting himself prepared for that ride, health-wise?
Okay, so start with what you already know, the issues that you already know you have, whether it be blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, any muscle pains, aches. Start with those things that you already know. Whether it be, a doctor's follow-up visit, making sure you have your medicines that have already been prescribed. Anything that's going to, to me, those are no-brainers because you already know you have those issues.
Would you suggest a physical before a long ride
Your
like that?
annual physical, most doctors are going to see you once or twice a year anyway. Make sure those things are current. And if you're having any new issues, start that conversation with your doctor.
Okay.
Make sure your blood sugar is under control. Make sure your blood pressure is under control. For example, a lot of medicines, they are not short-acting medicines, meaning, let's just say your blood pressure has been doing good for a couple of weeks. A couple of weeks before the ride, and you decide, well, hey, I'm not going to take my blood pressure medicine because my blood pressure is okay. However, blood pressure medicine is one of those things that it's not long acting. It takes a while to get that into your system for it to work like it should. So let's just say if you stop taking it this week, it may not show up on you till you're out there on your ride 2 weeks later.
Right.
So be mindful of what you take and how it's supposed to work. Your blood pressure is probably low because you are taking your medicine. It doesn't mean you need to stop it. I mean, it just means it's doing what it's supposed to do. So start there. It's summertime, myself included. Get back on your routine as far as exercise. We can get out more. We can walk. If you don't like weights or gym or whatever, get out and walk. Be mindful of your allergies if you have them. That's huge right now. Get those under control. Hydration. Nearly everything I post, when I try to post solutions or helpful hints, hydration is in there. It's never too early to start hydrating.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. I would probably say, as you're getting up in age, again, you might want to even start that a couple weeks out.
Yeah. I tend to the end because I've been there.
Yes, ma'am.
And make sure you know where the pharmacies are. We've gotten real savvy with it. We're plotting out the gas stations and the hotels, but do you know where Walgreens is? Do you know where CVS is?
Okay, so let's think about that. Okay, say for instance, I'm on a ride. If you don't mind, just for 1 second, if I'm on a ride and I my tour pack flies open and all my medication is going down I-10, can I typically say if I got a prescription at Walgreens, can I get that filled in any state like that just based off a call?
You can, yes. And what they would do is transfer that prescription. When it's transferred, it will invalidate it. So you'll need to get it updated when you return to your home pharmacy.
Okay.
But absolutely, you can have a prescription transferred.
Okay, good. I never thought about that, to be honest. I apologize. I'm pretty ignorant on that. I never thought about that. But I imagine those things happen.
Yeah.
That we lose everything else on a long road trip. So why wouldn't it be medication?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. So you did mention things like the high blood pressure, diabetes, those type of things. What about sleep apnea? And I'm only gonna be gone 3 days, Nurse Tiffany.
Right.
Should I bring my CPAP, or do I
You
think I'm gonna
should.
be okay?
Yes,
Okay.
you should. Yes, you should. Because the thing about it is with sleep apnea, most people that have those issues, you're not getting restful sleep. You're not going into REM sleep without getting too technical, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where your body rests and replenishes. So yes, you may feel like you're rested, but most of the time it's going to be short lived.
Yeah.
Um, you might get up, feel good for a few hours, but you may probably get sleepy, throughout the day. But yes, they come in carrying pouches or whatever. I mean, the machines that we used to see back in the day, they're much smaller nowadays, and they're
Mm-hmm.
made that way for travel.
All
So
right.
yeah.
All right. Wow. So got our medicine. We got our CPAP. Uh, we got our insulin. We got all those things that we need to fight the good fight on the highway. Is
Hmm.
there anything else that we missed that we should look to cover? Because let's say this, I know me every year, especially when I'm getting ready to start doing these long rides. I try to at least get a physical least
Hmm.
be 6 months. It's good for what I'm trying to say. If I know I'm going for a ride, I'll try to get a physical that's at least 6 months old,
Hmm.
if not earlier than that, because I don't want to get on the road and find out that I'm not really road ready because
Right.
I might have an issue going on.
If
It,
you're traveling with someone, ideally have a list of your major medical conditions. I get it. Your medical information, that's something that's very personal, but just give someone enough to where if you go down, they know where to start. They can say, oh, well, maybe his blood sugar is low.
hmm
There's certain things that you would do if it's low, or maybe your blood pressure is high, you know, just enough to where they can have a starting point.
hmm
Um, Make sure there's some numbers, contact numbers, somewhere on your bike, in some of your stuff, someone that they can call. I have had to call family and say, "Hey, what does he take?" You know, um, okay, boom, did you have it this morning? Well, no. Okay, well that's probably the problem.
hmm
But that kind of thing. Um, and things just happen really, really quick. But again, these are things that we should already know if you
hmm
have these issues. It's easy to miss, but just kind of try to take a few extra moments and plan that out.
You
Just
know,
to be,
no,
Go
go ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
Well,
ahead.
I was just going to say I don't know about anybody else's packing, but I don't like to forget anything. I don't like being caught
hmm
off guard or being without. So what I do when I'm packing, I might take a day where I just do medical stuff. I'm just going to
hmm
pack my medicine, put my medicine together, and my medical supplies. And that's all I'm going to do for that day. Then the next day, I may do clothes or whatever. Then the next day, I might do bike stuff. Sometimes we wait to the last minute. We're trying to get everything that we think we need, and we miss the simple things. But I take usually a day and I just do medicines or
hmm
medical stuff,
hmm
and I probably care more than the average, but that's just what I do.
Oh, I bet you
But
do. Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, yeah.
so,
So I was thinking, if you don't mind, uh, I kind of lost my train of thought, but it was something along that line that we were talking about with. Boy, I guess I'll let you go, and I'm gonna come back to it. But it was something that fell in line. It was I want to say, okay, there we go. So this morning I had Pablo Frescobar on and Tampa Red Breed guys that just came back, did their post interview. And I was asking him about the medical side. And let's be honest, man, we talked a good game, but we ain't gonna answer a lot of details. We're not gonna do a lot of details when it comes to
right.
that. Hey man, you ready to ride? Yes, sir. You good? Yes, sir. And we're gonna take off. But we were talking about, okay, say the uncomfortable conversation as far as medical. I know they said Reb Reed, they carry a little card. It has their information, next of kin information, and some of the vital things, maybe 5 things on a card. And they clip it on their vest, and button it on the inside so you don't lose it. I know that's a good thing, but how do you get guys to do stuff like that? How do you get other riders to open up to allow you to know that information?
I think and I'm going to say the OGs, I'm not OG seasoned, however you want to say it. I think it's up to us to keep talking about it and to stay in their face with it. I mean, we do it for everything else. So,
Yeah,
I mean, that's my thing.
We'll do it when it comes to gossip. We'll do that. Yeah.
But I think we're doing the right things by having these conversations, allowing, and that's one thing that I'm thankful for is a platform and the ability to teach for people that's willing to receive. It's going to take some work. It's going to take all of us, and that's part of my mission is to educate you so you can educate the next person. So some of the ones that's willing can educate their clubs and so on. It's going to be a trickle down effect.
And we just got to do it. It was a time when I had I had a epiphany or coming to Jesus moment, and I want to say it was last year. It was last year. It was when the unfortunate situation that you had to jump into action and deal with. It got to me. It really did get to me. And I thought, actually, it was earlier this year. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself,
February.
yes, I thought to myself, we promote all this motorcycle riding. We got all this ground pounder, yonder go getter, highway bully stuff. Man, you have to be responsible with this. Just like you're celebrating people for doing these great things and talking about doing these great things on motorcycles, you have to be responsible, and you have to tell people about the stuff that's not so popular, the stuff they're gonna get bored with. Oh man, we don't really want to talk about that right now. You got to make that just as popular as you make the achievement of going across the country. And that's
Absolutely.
why now I've brought you on board and says, hey, Icy, get us straight, man. We have to start being adults when it comes to this stuff. We can't be
Right.
the people, oh man, that was so unfortunate. No. We have to do everything that we can to mitigate risk. So with that being said, if you don't mind, I want to transition over.
Mm-hmm.
And let's talk about what should Sarge be carrying on this motorcycle, just in case something might have happened to not only just me or maybe somebody who's traveling with me in my club, my pack, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So, and that's a perfect segue to what I wanted to talk about next. So again, we talked about the obvious, to address your medical conditions or concerns, but being prepared for those unexpected things. So what I decided to do was try to put together some kit because when I started sharing the things that I would carry on my bike, I started getting people to reach out to me, asking me for advice on what they should carry. But basically there's a few different categories that you definitely want to touch on. First being, something minor, like something in your eye, a scrape or a burn or a cut. You want something to clean, flush your eyes out properly. Most of the time that's going to be something saline based, water if you have it, if you have nothing else. If something is bleeding profusely, a person is losing blood, you want something to put on that to stop that bleeding, something that's clean and dry, and to something to hold it in place. That's going to be gauze. A gauze comes in different forms. It comes in pads. It comes in wraps. There's actual compression bandages, something that works like an ACE bandage. When you put it on it, it compresses a little bit, something like that. Unfortunately, this is a pretty grim example, but if you're having to do CPR on somebody, you think about it, if it's February, which it was, and you're having to do CPR, effective CPR on a person, you may have to cut clothes and layers of clothes off of people.
Yeah.
Scissors, a pocket knife, something, you can't do effective CPR on a person that has on a leather vest, a jacket, and 4 or 5 layers of shirts. You got to get that stuff off. If you got an area that's bleeding, you may have to cut clothes off. So something to cut through fabric. You may have some basic ointments like antibiotic ointment, just to kind of keep it clean, to provide you some protection. Hydrocortisone cream for like skin irritations, itchy skin, it's allergy season. Burn cream. How many of us have gotten burnt on our pipes?
Including me.
Yeah.
All of us. All of us. Yeah.
Correct. God forbid you go down and you get some road rash. Something, now think about it. You may have some supplies, but you want something that's not going to stick to that, because basically what we're teaching you to do is a first line. This is something that you can do until you can get to the next level of care or to a safer place off the side of the road. So let's just say you put a roll of gauze on some road rash and you get to where you're going and you got to get that off. Can you imagine how painful that is?
Yikes. Yes.
Yeah. Putting something there that's going to soothe that area a little bit or not stick to it.
Losing her on a hotel Wi-Fi, but we got you back, Icy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. I think we lost you for a second, but we got you.
Something that's not going to stick, like a Vaseline type gauze. You may be dealing with body fluids, blood. You want to be able to put this stuff in some sort of container so you don't further contaminate yourself or somebody else. Something to put these materials in. A clean working surface. Let's see. All kinds of.
Do you suggest that at least somebody in the pack have latex gloves? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. I carry gloves in my kit for sure. And I basically made myself like a first aid kit. Band-Aids, of course, not so many Band-Aids, because if you buy a first aid kit, that's all you're going to get is different size Band-Aids, which are kind of useless for some of the stuff that we encounter. So that's the basic carrier categories. Something to clean or rinse, something to apply pressure if you need it, something that's non-adherent, it's not going to stick to wounds, something that you can wrap an arm or a leg, something that you could actually use as a tourniquet if somebody's bleeding and you need to apply a tourniquet. So those are different categories. So what I did is,
before you tell us what you did, okay, let's say this. Because we know one first aid kit don't fit all. And you're right. You can go buy the cookie cutter first aid kit. You can get them from AutoZone. You can get them from Walgreens. You can get them from a myriad of places that you can get them from. Not to mention online. But for us, for bikers, we don't know. Well, we know what we're the things that we deal with. Burns, road scars, those type of things. Those are the biggest things that we're going to encounter. Maybe a situation where you might have a broken finger, or maybe a situation that's really serious, like you said, that it might have to apply a tourniquet for something. So for bikers, who is going to come up with something for bikers that specifically caters to us so we don't go spend our money on a bunch of stuff that we don't need and miss out on the stuff that we do need? Who doing that for us, Icy?
A biker nurse.
Hello, let's do this. Where my horn? Hey, because Sarge don't want to have to think about all this, Icy. Talk to me. What we doing now? What we got going on?
Right. And I get that. And that's a good quality of an educator. And all of us are educators, is to assemble the information or the necessities in a way that people can receive it. So I get it. I could get real technical with this stuff. I won't, but that's what I do. However, there is a way for you to know how to function safely and utilize the supplies. So what I did is I sat down and took experiences from my rise, the things that I've had to administer for others and things I've had to manage myself. And I just kind of thought about it and put together a safety kit. And because of some recent experiences, I went back and revamped my own kit that I used to carry on my bike. And so basically I put a lot of these things in one kit. It's in a water resistant pouch. It is collapsible because I know we are fighting for space on our bikes.
Yes, ma'am. Because with our big speakers, we ain't got room to put nothing else.
Well, transparent moment. Yeah. I am not that great at packing because I like my stuff.
Okay. But women, y'all pack it out.
That's right. So no, it's a little collapsible if necessary. And it's something that you can add to, change if you need to, update. Again, I recommend everybody carry gloves. So that's something you can easily add to your kit. So I put a lot of these things into one kit. And I am offering that to those that want. And another thing that I decided to do, just because I like giving, I do believe in giving back, is the first several kits that I assemble are going to be donated.
Wow.
And I actually donated my first last week to Kingdom Alignment Motorcycle Ministry. So I have some.
Let's do that. I almost played the music there, but you get my gist of it. Hey.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing.
Yes, I'd have some. Haven't decided all the recipients yet, but the first ones will be donated.
And that's a beautiful thing that you took your time, you put this together, you done your research to donate these things. But a lot of us need to support you with this stuff now. We need to go ahead and pay you for it because you doing us a solid. You really are doing us a solid because it coming. And I'm just going to reiterate what I was thinking in the first place of what you and I was talking about. It to me as a biker, this means so much to me that somebody who's highly trained, who has a boatload of experience, almost 3 decades experience, who rides like we do, who cares enough and knows what we need, basics, to be out there on a trip. So for me, that's important. That's worth the money. It really is. Because now I know at least I don't have a bunch of junk in my tour pack that, I'm probably never going to open up and it's going to dry rot before I ever use it. Now I can feel safe and sound to take this kit, which is collapsible, like you said, which is waterproof, which is it could fit solidly in my tour pack or my saddlebag or whatever, and I'm off and riding with that. I appreciate you doing that.
You're welcome.
That is big time, and I think we need to continue to shout what you're doing, platform after platform after platform. What you think?
I'm willing. I mean, I want help to get the message out that we need to be prepared because accidents will find us, no doubt.
Sure will. I guarantee it will. So stay prayed up and start and be prepared. What my mom used to say, pray for the worst, pray for the best and prepare for the worst.
Correct.
Yeah. So in the description, we do have the link. And if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about how we can order this kit from you.
Well, those of you, send me a Facebook request, or if you see me out somewhere, or if you have my number, just reach out to me directly if you prefer, or there is a link. It's just to a
I
simple
think we
Google
lost her.
document.
See if we can get her back. Okay. I think we got you back now.
Okay.
Okay.
So reach out to me directly if you can or if you want to, or there is a Google document. That's where the link takes you, and you
Okay.
just plug in your information. It gives you the payment information,
Okay.
and it's just that simple.
Okay. We do have it in the link. It's a Google Doc, and it's
Hmm.
in the description of the YouTube channel, as well as we're going to be having it in the description of the Chris Houston Facebook page as well. So don't worry, we're definitely going to have it, and it's going to be out there. This information is going to be readily available for everybody to go on the site and order the kit. So, did we ever say how much the kit is?
The kit is the kit is $39. That's a larger kit. I do have a smaller kit that just has basic first aid ointments. Um, and once you reach out to me, I will there'll be there'll be an amount added for shipping based
Mm-hmm.
on where it's going. So
Should
that's
be.
just the basic.
It should be because shipping is a mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to pay your shipping, dog. But
Yep.
I think you said for the large kit it's $39, right? Or
39 and the
$39.99.
smaller is 18.
I, I, that's a drop in the pan. That's a drop in the pan
Yeah.
for what you're providing. I'm just saying that
Right.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that is awesome stuff. So, don't y'all be getting the small kit. Get the big kit, cause somebody in your pack ain't gonna bring as much stuff as they don't supposed to be bringing. So y'all go get a lot. Matter of fact, this is how you do it. This is what I challenge my clubs to do. I challenge my clubs to reach out to Icy and buy enough for your club. Buy enough for your club. We brag about this and we brag about that and we're getting out and we're getting yonder and we're doing all those things. Man, go buy kits for your club. There's nothing more loving than say, hey, brother and sister, this is for you getting on the road because we want to make sure we all are safe. What you think about that? Icy, is
I
that something
love
we can do?
that. I love that idea. And actually, if you have a club, you could just purchase a couple. Everybody doesn't have to have one, but that should be part of something that you designate for a person to carry on whatever ride. You can transfer it. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, I know the wife and I, we getting one. We actually getting a couple. Because I'm gonna have one on the bike and we're gonna have one in the pickup. Because when we travel, we don't think about that
yeah,
in our cars either. We don't think about
yeah.
that stuff
Home,
at
you're
all.
at home if you got
Yeah.
kids. Um, you know,
Yeah, we definitely got
yeah,
your back because again, it's the little things that you don't think about until it's time and then you're like, whoa.
that's right. And I
And,
and I
and
don't want you to be caught off guard. And at the end of the day, we all want to get back home safely and in one piece.
that part, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Well, I'm telling you what, you are a blessing to the motorcycle community. I tell you that now. And I don't care
Thank
what
you.
nobody say.
Appreciate
You
it.
are, and I appreciate you. And I've seen you in action, and I've seen how much you've given of yourself to give classes, to come on the podcast, to talk about what we say, the uncomfortable truth. You were willing to take up that mantle and do what you had to do to, again, give back to the motorcycle community. You are definitely, ma'am, you are definitely each one teach one. You are definitely, you're the
I
embodiment of that.
appreciate
And we
that.
really appreciate you. Are there anything else? Because we know we can't hold you all day. We know you got work to do and things, places to go and people to see. Is there
Just
anything else?
stay well, stay safe. Happy Nurses Week, happy Mother's Day, and get that kit ordered.
That's what's happening. So when we let Icy go, again, we end the show, I'll get that link into the Facebook page. It's already up on YouTube. So you guys got no excuse. Ready, set, go. Get on the link. Go ahead and order that kit. Let's go ahead and show her the support. Let's go ahead and show our brothers and sisters how much we care about them and love them and get that kit for ourselves. And oh, by the way, it'll be a great gift for somebody for a birthday present as well. Hey, if you're a motorcycle rider, here, this is what it will give you. I ain't gonna give you a fifth of liquor. I'm gonna get you a first aid kit so your behind can be safe inside when we're on the highway. What'd you think,
Yeah,
Icy?
and you'll get my cool little biker nurse sticker.
Is that the sticker that we got in the right hand corner?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you'll get one
yeah,
of
that's
those
bad.
in your
That's
kit.
bad to the bone. That's what's up. Well, Icy, we appreciate you so much, ma'am. Any last things before we cut this show off?
That's it. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you for everything that you do. Stay safe. Happy Mother's Day to you. And I'm sure we'll see each other on the highway soon. Take care.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. Take care, Icy. Bye-bye.
Uh-huh.
Okay, man. There you got it. There you got it, man. Icy's to put it out there for us, man. The first aid kit for all motorcycle riders, man. The must-have first aid kit. The link is in the description, so you can be able to go into the description, pop onto the link, and order what you need for yourself, for your club, for your family members, for your household, for your car, whatever. She's knocked this thing out the park for us, man. And it's at a very, very economical price. $39.99, I believe, for the large. $18, I think it's maybe $18.99 for the small. No problem at all, man. So go check it out. Let's go support our girl Icy, man, and what she's doing, giving again to our motorcycle community, man. So that's what that is. Again, shout out to my riders that's on the road today, coming from the West Coast. As a matter of fact, the last time I checked, and I've got to double check because they've checked in with me, Soulfire Kai and Rose, these guys are on the other side of Bernie into San Antonio. There's been some detours because of 10 has been closed down, and I'm going to be working with those guys again once I come off this podcast to let my East Coast guys know what's going on too. So I don't know how far it is, but they did check in with me, Soulfly, Kai, and Rose. They said that there is a detour on the 10. They were west of San Antonio, just leaving Bernie. So I'm going to figure out what the heck is going on with them and how far that detour runs. For my 10 to the end riders, please check in. We will have that information on the Facebook page for you guys to have it, to be able to make your adjustments and changes. Don't trip, Sarge. Sarge's going to get all of it. Not going to get all of you. This is what happens, man, on the 10. You never know. But all we can do is be prepared for those things. So let's keep them in our prayers. Let's keep supporting them the way you guys are supporting them. They got all kind of gas station shenanigans going on, man, but they're loving life and enjoying themselves. I call them the queens of comedy on motorcycles and getting down and doing their thing. So what's that David Bishop said? I-10 is a mess at 1604. Yes, sir. I'm gonna be investigating on that, David, as soon as I come off this podcast, and I'm gonna try to put some news and notes on the Facebook page. And I know you guys, Reef, Low Key, I know all my I-10 to the end ambassadors, man, are all over this thing, man. So they're blowing me up, shoot me texts and let me know. But we will get that information out to everybody so you can be safe on the highway. And I don't want anybody to do anything to risk your safety, you dig? So, because safety is the most important thing. Also, for my guys who just took off from the East Coast, from Jacksonville, Florida, Care Bear, Chico, and my brother Tank, those guys are rock and rolling, doing their thing, man. Those guys they're happy, man, because the weather's great, coming off the Panhandle. They hadn't had any issues, any problems yet, but I'm going to be linking in with those guys as well, letting them know when you get to Texas, man, Texas might have something for you funky behind. So stay safe, fellas. Enjoy your ride. Ride your ride. And for everybody else out there, man, enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Remember, May is Motorcycle Safety Month. Have you done your first aid kit checkup? And if you haven't, take your dusty butt out to that motorcycle. Open up that tour pack or that saddlebag and figure out what the heck you got on that motorcycle. And if you don't have what you're supposed to have, you hit that link, man. You holler at Icy, man, so she can get you squared away. So in the meantime, in between time, y'all keep it motorcycling, you dig?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this your man Kodak, the most hated, coming to you live from the Iron Elite Podcast with my man Big Sarge, where we always keep it motorcycling. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know what it is.
I know what you're getting ready to say. Hey, Sarge, why you always have to play all that slow music? Man, I know I can't help it, man. But that fast rap music y'all listen to today give me heart murmurs. But hey, man, it's the Iron Elite Podcast show where we keep it motorcycling, you dig? Hey, Sarge, everybody don't always want to talk about motorcycling. Everybody don't want to always talk about riding. I know. That's why we have the cooking channel.